could buy a strange horse with a lamp on your head. This is how every Saturday morning should begin, with a horse. It's actually ever so pleasant out. It was a very nice stay this morning, and we're heading to the capital of glamour, Swindon, for breakfast.
Welcome to another episode of Toby Stupid Vlog.
So we came this way because this is the way to the M4 apparently, but there's quite a lot of partridges. I don't know what the collective noun for partridges is, but oh, look at that flight, nearly amazing. Come on, partridges. We thought we'd seen, like, we saw about 7 turn into a field. We thought that was impressive, but this is like, you know, 2 dozen. If you like eating partridge and you're in the Newbury area, can I suggest you go towards Hungerford Newtown on Radley Bottom and just bring a net. Welcome to MacArthur Glen Designer Outlet. Yes, that is as glamorous as it sounds. In the middle of shiny Swindon. We're here primarily for giraffe, and secondarily because it's a designer outlet, which was not planned, but that's just what's happened. Gone from horses to giraffes. We had to come all the way to Swindon to have a giraffe breakfast because infuriatingly they closed in Richmond, so no more huevos rancheros for me. But now we're in an outlet, so so it could take a while to leave. We've made it. The sun's come out. We're just going to go and visit my vine. It's just down here. These are the new ones they planted. They got rid of some of their older vines. Because although you want old vines to produce good grapes, they reach a point where they get too old and then can't really be used. So they planted some new ones here. We're just going here to number 31, we think. There we go. Well, it's the right type of grape, so that's the first thing. Hillary, me! There's me! It's me! There's some good grapes here. Not sure they're ripe just yet. But there's the lodge. We're back in the first lodge we stayed in, and in fact we stayed in it twice before. Last year we were in the one very far end, but we're back in Gloucester Lodge, and we're going for a walk because the sun's out into the wilderness beyond the other side of the vineyard. There's a lot of grapes. We're probably about 4 weeks before harvest really starts. It's just covered in grapes at the moment. We're heading up here, and I'm going to cross the road at the top, presuming the gate's open. I'm hoping the gate's open. Just come through this field, filled with sheep and little blue flowers. And now we're going into this field, and there's a lot of fruit farms around here, and as you can see with this one, this appears to be, do you know, I thought they were apples. I think there might be plums. There were plums on the top of the field, but these, as you can see, are pears. That's where we're heading. Up the hedgerow. A bit dark. There we go. Up the hedgerow there. Note to self, remember there is an awesome lake here that you can swim in. It is awesome, and it has a little jetty and a ladder so you can get out, and a life ring in case you do something stupid. And if it gets much warmer, I'm going to go and buy some swimming trunks from the garden centre and jump in the lake. I've just come through somebody's garden. It was a public footpath, but it was also somebody's garden. That's May Hill in the distance there. And we are going down now. You see there's a dip at the bottom here, and that is where the old canal used to run. Another old disused canal found. We're going to follow that canal round to where those farm buildings are. We're in a field of clover. It's just clover everywhere. And If you ever spend enough time looking for clover and you look for the right thing, you eventually find some 4s and a 5, which is very impressive indeed. Though you don't see 5s very often at all, but you should be able to find 4s if you're a bit patient. We've come through the same field actually, the apple trees in. It's enormous. We've come through much further down, and this is apparently called the Geo Parkway. We're about to ford the tiny stream here, which is frankly so tiny that it's invisible. Here we are, into another field. So we've come from where that red brick house is on the top of the opposite hill. So this is a river that runs along the bottom of this field, and eventually it turns into, becomes wide enough that it's an old disused canal. Here we are on the disused canal. It does have water in though, unlike the one in the Lake District. It doesn't have a lot of water, and it's quite filled up with mud and silt, so it's nowhere near deep enough to be used. I wonder what they would have brought along canals around here. I don't know what this is historically famous for growing. It's quite boggy here. I feel like we're in the canal at this point. So funny story, that was the wrong way. It was like that solidly for a huge amount of time, whereas this, as you can see, is actually a path, distinct from the reed bed that was once a canal on the right. We've made it back onto terra firma. Just heading up this lane, and we cross the main road, and then we're nearly there, thankfully, because it's bath time. We're walking down another lane. This time we are heading north towards Botlow's Green. And when we get to Botlow's Green, we will turn left, and then we will be very close to the gate that we came out of at Three Choirs. And we're back inside the vineyard. There's a lot of rabbits down here, but you probably... There's one. Scaring all the rabbits away. Look at the plums. These are proper damsons, aren't they? Look at those. Very nice. Oh, out of focus. Zoom out! We are the Roadmaker Inn, Nepalese curry house extraordinaire. Actually, can we go? We can go in there, can't we? Good morning. It's a very, very nice morning. There is a cloud, which is very upsetting, but otherwise it's quite sunny. It's a little chilly. I've just upset a rabbit. This happens a lot around these parts. Here is our breakfast. It has arrived in a hamper. Ta-da! And this is our view, which is pretty impressive. Here we are in the courtyard. It's very nice, and especially if the sun's come out and there's this beautiful chestnut tree, which is enormous and astounding. We're just about to head off on our walk. I'm not sure which way we're going to go first. I'm still umming and ahhing about that, but in the meantime, maybe we should have a Pinot Noir. Grape, that is, not a bottle. Just heading off. Look at the view past the orchard, a very young orchard. Isn't that nice? The distant roar of the M50. Wandering through a field, you can see here we have a very, very old apple tree, and I think that's a very old oak. Could only be the English countryside, really. Hello, cows. You've surely seen a human before. This can't be that exciting. They are a dwarf breed, I think. We're in another orchard. There's a lot of orchards, as you might have gathered. This is kind of fruit growing capital of England. And yes, we are now heading under the motorway. Here we go. Through here. This is definitely the right way. It just appears like we're walking through a field of maize, but I can assure you, it's supposed to be here. Does anyone want any corn? I can just pick you one if you want. Don't tell the farmer, he'll be properly pissed. Go on. You have to look for the end bit being dead, and that's how you know that it's ripe-ish. Do you know that's not terrible? It's quite sweet. I'm not joking. It's quite. You might want to taste. It's crunchy, but it's sweet. No? Anybody else? No? Oh, it's mine then. I think we go... That's a good question. Where do we go? Is there a ditch here we have to cross? Just crossing a gully. It's quite impressively deep, actually. It feeds into a disused canal, which is the same disused canal we almost sank in yesterday and then followed for a bit. This is the other end of it. It actually comes out of a tunnel just where we entered the wood. So we're out from where the canal is. This is just a little sort of river. The canal technically goes back in a tunnel here, so it's disappeared somewhere. There's lots of birdies and sort of pheasants, pigeons, all sorts along here. This is called the Daffodil Way. But obviously this is not the right time of year for it to live up to its name. We have made it to the Beauchamp Arms in DYMOCK. This is the very nice little garden. The gate there opens out onto the church and the green, so you can go straight from church on a Sunday, come in here and go straight into the pub. So that there is the DYMOCK Arms, the Beauchamp Arms in DYMOCK. Interesting facts about DYMOCK. There is only one that I'm aware of, having read the poster in the pub. DYMOCK has one famous resident, and that is Judith Chalmers. Judith Chalmers is from DYMOCK. Yeah, travel expert Judith Chalmers is from DYMOCK, and at one point in 1 year she stopped off at the pub there to give travel advice to people on her tour of the UK. Isn't that amazing? Her and Alan Wicker, who unfortunately is no longer with us. But yes, Alan Wicker and Judith Chalmers went to that pub, so it must be excellent. This is our lunch spot. This is DYMOCK Cricket Club, grounds thereof, which is the only place we've come across that has benches, which is fantastic. So the road we were on has turned into more of a track, and now goes up and over the M50 and back onto the other south correct side. Here we are coming into Ketford. Ford meaning the place where you can cross the stream. There's a mill behind the trees there. And Ket being northern for sweets, so I don't really know how that works. It's probably not how it got its name. So next, first of all, we've just come from here. See two ponies there. We just come around the house from over there in the corner. But now we're going up this hill, right to the top of the hill, through an orchard, because the other field is an orchard. We are very nearly back. This is the farm that backs on to the Three Choirs. Sheep, as you can see, lots of them. We're just going to get onto the little track up here and walk along till we get to the farmhouse. We're back. We're back in amazing time. Like, my prediction was about 4 o'clock, maybe 3:15. It's 3:15, just barely. Which means plenty of time for buying wine, drinking wine, having baths, sitting around, lying on the bed, all the fun things. This is a reason alone to stay here. This amazing forest, which is so deep you can literally sink to the bottom, and then you've got this view out the window. Lots of birds flying in formation to the south. We are walking up. It's actually the first time we've done this walk. Surprisingly, we're walking up to dinner. We'll get to do this walk again tomorrow. I get rabbits behind you in the field. Oh, we could do actually. There's lots of rabbits. What a place to wake up in the morning.
That's a D-box,
yeah.
Golf tournament meeting.
This looks promising. Welcome to the Celtic Manor. We're here. I'm here. Kristal's on the M4. Things they say you shouldn't do whilst driving. Filming is probably one of them. Yet here we are in a golf buggy, which is pretty much all I've ever wanted to do, was film and drive a golf buggy. So, you know, I don't know, life complete. Yeah, I'm vlogging in a golf cart. Totally worth it. We're heading down to the first tee. We're filming some shots this morning of the Resi delegates teeing off. James and Neil are in the other golf cart. This is the fun cart. So I made the mistake of following Neil and we went the wrong way. But these are the, I guess you'd call them chalets that you can stay in if you come on a golfing holiday. Quite amazing. There's the Bentley Mobile. This is flat out, incidentally. Like, yeah, I've got my foot to the floor. Look at that view, isn't that amazing? So, hang on. So the Neil Bentley diet now includes the KFC bargain bucket.
What? Yeah, but it's not a bucket, as James probably explained to you that they don't put it in a bucket nowadays.
Oh, that's fine
in
then.
a bag. So,
but it is part of the patented Neil Bentley diet, regardless of its particular, setting.
no comment.
So, my Christmas list is sorted. One of these, please. Oh. Yeah, I'm really good at driving. Really good. Fully qualified. Could be worse. Golf buggy in front of me is driven by a proper idiot.
Okay.
Well. Well. So there's clay pigeon shooting going on over there. Archery going on over there. And then in the woods there, they have little 4x4 quad bike things. So I have to be honest, the golf cart shooting earlier today, this morning I guess it was, a bit of a mess in my brain, was amazing. It was about as much fun as you can have on a shoot, to be perfectly fair. Anyway, here we are once again, 1 year on, at the Holiday Inn Newport. It's great. Whilst all the delegates are over at Celtic Manor where we were filming, which is truly a stunning hotel with a beautiful spa, 3 golf courses. It's an incredible place. Yeah, so we filmed a bit of that. Then well, actually, I've got some GoPro footage I'll show you. So we then filmed some other activities, which I mentioned earlier. And then we went and filmed a bit of the sort of welcome drinks at the conference, which is less interesting to you, so I won't bore you with that. And we're going out for a meal this evening, and then tomorrow we're filming inside the conference all day, so that'll be fun. Good morning. We continue as we left off. Another day, another $1/4 of $1. We're going out to Celtic Manor to begin shooting. It's just after 8 AM. From here you can see the A449. I know, glamorous. That's where we came in yesterday when we were coming from Gloucestershire. It seems longer than a day ago, but it was only yesterday. It also runs along the edge of the golf course, because one of them, there's a lot of golf courses that we were at yesterday as well. Yeah, so we've been in the conference filming all day. I haven't shown you much because you're probably not very interested, and rightly so. And this building is enormous. If you've never been to Celtic Manor, I'm not surprised. It's an absolutely enormous and amazing, beautiful hotel. If you like golf, it's possibly the ultimate hotel. But it's stunning, and the amount of conferencing facilities is enormous. You can walk for half an hour and never leave the building. This is one of the seminar rooms, which they're going to be talking about affordability in housing later on. So that's why I'm in here, just checking it out. Anyway, we've had lunch. We're going to continue. We're nearly done. Just trying to film a barbecue at the end. And pack everything up, obviously, and wander around this huge building. The problem you see is this building is enormous, and when you leave something downstairs, it takes you 5 minutes to get back to where you left it.
Oh, are you videoing?
Well, it's your only statement ever. Good morning. I'm back. In fact, I was back in queue in my flat by 11 o'clock, which is impressive, seeing as we were in Newport this morning for breakfast. Anyway, traffic was very easy, so that was nice. But it doesn't finish here. No, that does, but we carry on filming tonight, the Baking Awards. So that is awesome. So I've just got to unpack everything, charge everything, pack everything, and then get changed again and go out, because I've got to be there at 5:30. It's fun this week. It's great fun. I'm working this evening, and then Thursday and Friday evening as well. So, yeah, next week hopefully it'll be closer to normal-ish. So I know I've actually only been away for a couple of days. It feels a lot longer, which is slightly odd. But it was an excellent Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday's work was actually very, very entertaining indeed, and probably the most fun job of all time. Yesterday was pretty standard, you know, nothing unusual, very long unfortunately, but you know, nothing too different to normal. Excuse me, flies are trying to bite me. I don't know why there's horseflies here. It's very strange, there's no water. Anyway, yeah, so it feels like I've just come back from like a huge journey, but I really haven't. It's just strange to be back in queue so early in the day, and you know, get to wander around the gardens, think about what I've got on the next few days, which is quite a lot of stuff, as I mentioned. And then next week, I've got an AGM, the board meetings start again for this quarter, and another award shoot next week. So it's quite hectic at the moment, and I've got to squeeze in all my own projects at the same time. And hopefully a bit of sleep proper sleep with a lie-in tonight will reset everything, and I'll be fresh tomorrow, which is Thursday, which is odd. It feels like tomorrow's Monday. So I just finished up filming here. This is the Hilton on Park Lane, just in case you don't recognise this hideous blueness. I'm going to go home because I don't know what I've got to do tomorrow yet. I'll find out in the morning, but what I've got to do now is sleep. Good afternoon, good people of the internet. That's where you live, I presume. So this is the first time I've kind of felt with it all day. After filming last night, it was all very straightforward, the first shoot actually, but obviously been shooting solidly for sort of 3 days, and my sleeping patterns have been slightly erratic, and I don't think I'd really drunk enough water and what have you. So I got home and I was all pumped about the fact there was a new iPhone and all that. Anyway, I went to bed and I woke up and I felt terrible. Felt pretty rough all morning actually, well, real headache, but it's just, I know what it is. It's concentration, staring at a very small screen and not drinking enough water. And I don't have to work this evening now, so I am making the most of that. It's lovely outside. I need to go out in a little bit. I was going to film something. I'm now not so sure. I might look at the weather forecast for another... Oh no, I'm working all day tomorrow now because I'm not working tomorrow evening. Oh, life's difficult. Never mind. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy not filming. Oh, except for this, obviously. Bye. There's definitely a pondweed problem since I was here last. Either that or they've tarmacked over. Nope, it's just quite a ridiculous pondweed bloom with all the usual Camden accoutrements chucked in. So it's another nice evening in weirdo Camden. Usual strangeness occurring along the canal. Anyway, I just updated my phone to the latest version of iOS. I always do it a week early. And it seems to be working, so I haven't broken anything. That's a good sign. Tomorrow morning at 8:01, the new iPhones go on sale. I haven't bought a phone in 3 years of any type, so I'll be getting one, all being well, hopefully. And I've just been in Camden at USP today, obviously doing some video work. Been video all week this week. I'm looking forward to getting home, having some garlic prawns, and doing very little. So I thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed it, or click the thumbs up button so I know that you enjoyed it. And I will see you next week. Good day.